What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with All's Fair Season 1, Episode 3, I Want Revenge. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Y'all make sure you like the video so I can stay in the algorithm, alright? Alright, so the ladies are having lunch. You know, Alora tells the ladies, she shares with the ladies, she's getting revenge by living her life and looking well. Then she tells them about all the self-care she has done, and apparently she has a vaginal PRP. And while all of these things was going on, the injections, the butt lifts or whatever, like, she literally had no expression. Like, she was just like, oh, okay. Even when she had the embryos inserted, she had no expression. And I'm looking at her like, girl, nothing her. Like, I don't know if that's just her nature and her real personality, but what it seems like, her real personality exudes Alora's character, okay, to me. Anyway, Emerald, she always has a pamper party by one. I guess it's a black owned, and so she have the men come in, you know, give her a massage. And she goes into her room where in her favorite drawer with about, I want to say I counted 9 to 10 vibrators. Okay, listen, I had to count different sizes, different, you know, bullets, you know, this and two-way. Listen, it could get, it could go either way. They were big, they were small, they were skinny, I just was looking, okay? Okay, I was just looking. Okay. And so after she gets the massage, she goes to grab one of her vibrators, and she have a solo mission for the night. So Dina asked Emerald about her inner life. Emerald said, you know, like, my inner soul. And so they were like, yes, like, what do you do? And then that's when we found out that Liberty, she gets some sort of IV treatments to drain her lymphatics. And I guess because she's in the, what they call that, menopause stage. She's in the menopause stage. So I need to look that up. I'm not in the menopause stage yet, but I feel some of the symptoms. Like, I may be premenopausal, but this review ain't about me. This is about these ladies. So anyway, Dina tells the ladies, like, she didn't recognize her. So she walked past the mirror, and she was like, she looked in the mirror to realize that she didn't recognize the person that was looking back at her. She said, because in the inside I feel 35, but on the outside she was about to probably give a large number, and before she can give her the age that she felt like she looked, the ladies then affirm her and was like, nah, you're beautiful, you look good, yada yada yada. And so Emerald tells them, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good, to make yourself feel better, do that. She said, do that shit, okay? And I'm all for that, okay? So they get ready for their 3 o'clock appointment with Leanne, who is played by Jessica Simpson. She's been married for almost 3 years, and she's always aware of her husband's affairs. He's a rock and roller. He looked like he was old as Methuselah, and he was definitely evil, okay? He told her to start getting plastic surgery after she turned 40. She said she couldn't say no because her marriage was at stake. And let me say this. Whoever did Jessica Simpson's facelift, because I'm pretty sure that facelift, that botched facelift was a hot mess, okay? I don't know who did the makeup for that. Don't know who was responsible for that. But I guess it was botched, so that's what it had to look like, I guess. Anyway, they met at his concert, and she said they were good pretty much until they wasn't. So she tells the ladies about the verbal abuse. Like, when she turned 40, he told her, you know, hey, I like the way you suck, yada yada yada. And he said, but sometimes I have to close my eyes and imagine you are one of my other groupies, because you look, you know, basically talking about how old she looked. it was nothing wrong with her. It was just him projecting his stuff onto her, because again, he looked old AF. Okay? A mess. So Emerald tells Leanne, he definitely was a demon. He was smart about it because he knew what buttons to push to make her feel like his cheating was her fault. She tells Leanne this wasn't your fault. She got it, and then we found out not only did she get her face butchered, but she got it from, they call him the Butcher of Beverly Hills, whose license has probably been revoked for all of the terrible surgeries that he's done. So they're aware of him, and I'm pretty sure Alora was really aware of him. But legally, those ladies are aware of him because he's been having a lot of he's been having a lot of lawsuits, malpractice lawsuits against him. So Emerald, while they're still meeting with Leanne, she gets a text and she leaves out. She leaves out. And so Dina sees her, goes up to her, and we find out that there are more pics with Chase with another trans sex worker. So Alora starts to cry. So at this point, the tears are starting to fall out, and she was like, she thought she processed this. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you haven't even touched the surface. Like, you haven't even gone through the hard parts. It's like, ma'am, you have to deal with this. And so they show her the pics of Chase and the trans sex worker. Anyway, Dougie is at his doctor's appointment, and he finds out that the cancer is not only in his prostate, but the cancer has spread in his bones and it is in his liver. Dr. Pollard suggests that he talks with Dina because Dina doesn't know any of these things. And so there's some frustration with Dougie because I don't think he was really expecting to hear that. I think he was going in that meeting like, hey, is there another treatment? The doctor was like, there was nothing we can do, but we can only make you comfortable. So Dougie was like, so basically all of my friends and family have to come over and just watch me die. It was just sad. Y'all, Al Bundy about to go out, and I don't like it. Okay. So in the next scene, Milan and Alora are at the doctor's appointment, and apparently this doctor must be that good because his next appointment is until 2030. Okay, we're in 2025. Who is 5 years booked? And who, like, what the hell is this doctor doing so well that he 5 years booked? If y'all hoes don't take yourself to the Planned Parenthood and to the free clinic, do they still have free clinics? Take y'all asses to the free clinics and get these STD shots for nasty ass Chase. Nasty ass, okay? So Milan was like, thank you so much for doing. She was like, baby, listen, I didn't do none of this for you, okay? I did this because the raggedy ass nigga trying to sue me and trying to take me for what I worked hard for, okay? I'm doing this so you can be all right. I mean, wanted her to get checked because she need all of this for her case, okay? The more the merrier, okay? We still don't fuck with you, okay? So nasty ass Chase, that's his name, nasty ass Chase. Anyway, Milan, I don't know why I keep calling her Mulan. Milan then tells Alora that her and Chase, she was like, she was explaining to Alora that all of the Schmeck's eggs that they had gotten themselves, that they were doing. She was like, I don't know if you want to know this. She said, well, you already put it out there. Go ahead and tell me. So apparently Milan and Chase was using strap-ons. I said, Chase, if you're gay, just say that. Say that. Come out. Say it. Like that. I mean, not gay, but if you bisexual, say that. Come on out. Whatever. But because he's a ball player and he have deals with Nike and whatnot, he's trying to protect that image of his. You ain't slick. So we had the mediation with Leanne and her raggedy ass husband, aka Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. Okay, because that's what those two gave me. All right, and she walked away after all was said and done. She walked away with $100 million. We thought that was that, but we gonna talk about what she did after this. So Milan, we find out that Milan and Laura are negative with all of their STD, HIV, herpes, all of the panels and whatnot. He did not run up their pH, but I would never let him even come close to me. Okay, anytime you come close to me, I feel like you gonna run up my shit. Okay, nasty ass Chase. Okay, because not only is he messing with schmex workers, he messing with strippers. So Alora and Milan are not the only women he are messing with. He's constantly putting everybody's body at risk. I hope he catch something. Stupid ass. Anyway, Carrington. Listen, the way Carrington need her ass popped in her mouth, because that heifer got too much dip on her chip. When I tell you she got way too much dip on her chip, for me, not for nobody else, but for me. So Dina meets with Carrington. I guess it's supposed to be off the record, and about Alora and Chase's divorce settlement. So this stupid ass nigga have the real audacity, the whole audacity. A plate full of audacity to want $1 million a month. Boy, I'm glad Dina wasn't in there. I'm glad Alora wasn't in there, because Dina was like, listen, I'm gonna go in there by myself. Chase won't be in there. You don't need to be in there, but I got you. So we already know Carrington is an asshole. Not only does he want $1 million a month, he want a jet. He want their Malibu home and a lodge, some type of lodge in Montana, in exchange for her embryos that was fertilized by the both of them, and is somewhere down in Encino, California. And of course, she can't touch those embryos without his permission. Back of your mind. Keep that back there. She can't touch them. Okay? So Carrington, of course, she insults everybody. She always insults the women every time. Every time she sees them. This is what we're going to expect from Carrington until somebody beat her ass. Okay? So Carrington tells Dina that they all abandoned her because she's still mad about that. And Dina said nobody abandoned you. You left with your anger, and you've never addressed your anger. And now your raggedy ass is bargaining with embryos. Okay? That's what she did. Basically, if she want them embryos, then she's gonna have to cough up the $1 million, the jet, the Malibu home, and the lodge in Montana. Anyway, Carrington tells Dina that Alora can't have a baby, and Dina was not aware of that. And so it was the way Carrington was gloating because because Alora couldn't have a baby. And it's like, bitch, you have when I tell you have no compassion, which is why you don't work with them. You can't work well with others. You're great at she's great at what she does, but you're great in your own practice. Like, So anyway, and what else he want? He wants half of their law firm. The way I wish after all of this is over that his stupid ass is living in Tent City. I don't know if California have a Tent City. I don't know if Beverly Hills have a tent city. Somewhere in Los Angeles. I don't know. I don't know if they have a tent city in Encino. Is it Encino Hills? Beverly Hills. The Hills. They got a lot of hills out there. In the other hills for the black people. Okay? But whatever it is, his ass need a tent. Okay, he don't deserve to live. I don't like Chase, and he's still trying to paint this lady to be a bad person. Anyway, Chase nasty ass sees a woman. He goes over, and we find out that's his trans girlfriend or whatever, the smesh worker. She lets him know that Alora sent her a letter to speak with them, to speak with him, to put Chase's story out there and what he's doing. Well, she tells Chase, listen, I have your back, but in turn, I want to be seen with you in public once your divorce is settled and over. And so he was like, well, what about my Nike deal? First of all, ma'am, he don't want to be seen with you because that means he will have to come out about his real sexuality. Okay. She then said, well, I maybe just want the photos for public viewing. She wants to know if those two have chemistry because it seems that this woman is falling for Chase. But Chase don't like her like that. Chase like whatever this woman is doing to him. And whatever he get, I hope he catch it in his ass and in his pee-pee. All in his PBO. Bastard. I'm sorry. I'm going to get monetized, okay? I am working on monetization. Anyway, Leanne, apparently there was a restraining order, I guess, on Leanne that raggedy ass ex-husband of hers put her on. And she goes up to him. She sees him in a restaurant with another woman. She goes to talk a whole lot of smack through sulfuric acid all on his face. What you gonna do now? I'm glad she did that. And she walked out the restaurant laughing, cussed him out. Good. The lady, so Alora was like, so is this an intervention for me to get, basically for her to get angry about this whole Chase situation because she acting too damn calm even for my liking. Okay, ma'am, we need you to crash out once. Okay, we need one good crash out. Listen, even if you gotta go break something to his, we need one good crash out. Okay, but I get it. You wanna go through this like a lady. Okay, but it's okay to cry and cry and get all this bullshit out. Okay? I'm just saying. So, Milan is working out. And when I tell y'all this lady body, Tiana Taylor's body is T. I live. Okay? And is that same house that was on Why Do Fools Fall in Love? The house that Vivica Fox pushed, what's her name, Little Rashawn? One of them got pushed in the water in that house. Or was it Lola, the one who was played by Halle Berry? I don't know. But that looked like the house, because when she came on the outside with the pool that was on the outside, that looked like the house that was on Why Do Fools Fall in Love. I don't know, but if y'all know, y'all drop it down, because that was not one of my favorite movies. Anyway, Alora, I keep calling her the wrong name. Alora shows up to Milan's house to bring her some baby items, like a whole spiel of baby items, a crib, this, that. Like, she brought everything. And apparently Milan has never told Chase about the baby. And so she was like, fuck that. And I'm looking at her like, okay, girl. And then she poured herself a glass of Stella Rosa. Ma'am, ain't you pregnant? Why are you drinking Stella Rosa? I don't care if it's this much. I don't think you're supposed to be having that. Now, I know I am not the majority for the parents, the good old parents club. Okay? But, ma'am, I don't think that was okay. But whatever. That ain't my baby. Okay, and I ain't the one who pregnant. So as Alora was there, they had this little conversation, and she was like, she just got up and I guess she had got an idea. She got up and left. So she goes to the bathroom, give herself a shot, and she's envisioned herself being pregnant and Chase being right there with her. So then the next scene, we see Alora at the fertility clinic. She put on her ring because that's where she was at. She was in the bathroom at the fertility clinic. She took the shot before she went to see the doctor, put the ring on as if her and Chase are still good. And she forges Chase's signature on those on that paperwork for her to get those embryos in. Now they think that those embryos, she went all the way to Encino to get those embryos done. Now they think that they, Chase and that other woman think that those embryos are still there, but they're not. And she sees the doctor, she forges Chase's signature, which I hope that don't come back to hunt her, but I'm pretty sure the ladies in the office know. They ain't supposed to know, but I'm sure that they know. So she's actually having the embryos injected in her, and she flashed back to their wedding day, and this is where the episode ended. It was pretty good. I thought it was good. It was a lot, but it was good. So yes, I will see y'all next week. Oh, let me know what y'all think about the episode, and I will come to y'all, of course, next Thursday with the new episode. I will see y'all.